Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome. This show is called The 5 Pillars of Health with Julie Tara. And just a little bit of housekeeping first, just to remind you of how we do these wonderful hour-long shows. If you would like to participate, or if you have questions for us during the show, please do give us a shout on Twitter. Our username is @RoyalAlliance1. We're also monitoring our Google Plus and Facebook chat, so just search for the Royal Alliance and we will pop right up. The recording of this video will be available on YouTube later this week, as well as posted to all of our social media platforms. So keep an eye out on Twitter, Facebook, and Google Plus for those videos. Remember to add the Royal Alliance to your Google Plus circles so you'll know when we do these events in the future. You can also follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Just search for the Royal Alliance and we will pop right up. So please do join us, and if you do have great questions, I know you will, then bring them forth as we move into the show. So I'm very excited about this show, super, super excited. I have a wonderful consultant with me. Her name is Karina Truskanov. She is a diamond distributor. She lives in Israel and has an enormous business in Russia, Kazakhstan, and many other places that she'll tell you of, including Israel too. Now, the first thing before I give Karina a chance to talk is I want you all to know that she has created extraordinary success for many years with her Nikken business. This last month, in December, just last month, she helped create 3 platinum distributorships, 1 gold distributorships, and 17 silver distributorships. Now, that is a huge accomplishment. Her volume was very, very high, 750,000 or so in volume. And we were pretty excited about that. And Karina, I'm so excited that you're in my team. You're 5th level to me. We've worked together for many years now. So, yeah, so welcome. And thank you so much for joining us at 5 a.m. in the morning, your time. You are a good sport. I really appreciate it. Yes.
My pleasure.
Thank you. So, Karina, just tell us a little bit, first of all, about your story. How did you get involved in Nikken, and how many years ago was that when you first joined?
I joined the Nikken in 2000, yes. And first of all, I'm joined because the products, it was great for my family. It was great for my mom. She really improved with her health, and it's very interesting for me how it's work and how I am myself can help to other people. I work in health area all of my life. I was a nurse, first of all. I worked in the hospital, in ICCU, and after it I were involved in alternative medicine area, and understood something really great happened with these products. I wanted to explore these products. I want to make sure it really works because it was very important for me, and I started to explore it in my clinic when I worked with my patients with shiatsu. And when I put the products on the people, I saw so many good results. So many good results with the products. The people improved better with the products and my treatment. The period of time from treatment to treatment, it was the improvement and energy of the people grows up, and it's make me sure I'm really believe to these products. First of all,
yes, yes, that's so important, isn't it? You're not going
it's
to
very
share
important.
something that doesn't work.
Yes.
Yes.
And it take me time, really take me time to understand the whole aspect of the business. It's take me few years. It's not was so easy for me. It's not just was love from the first step, in the business. Yeah, and understanding coming step by step what it's really helping to the people, what I want to bring for the people. Because the philosophy of 5 pillars, it started very important for me, because I saw in my clinic, when I work with people, I'm help to them physically in the body part of the 5 pillars, and the mind, but other parts I don't touch a lot.
Yeah, you couldn't help them in the other
I
areas.
couldn't, yes, in the other areas, and
Yes.
I understood the possibility what I have in Niken. They are huge to bring really health to the people in the 5 areas of the health.
Yes.
In the family, financial part, and of course in community, in
community, society.
society. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. So you first became really enamored or in love with the products and what the products could do for people with the body and the mind.
Yes.
And then you started to see the larger picture of Nikan with those other aspects being influenced. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Right.
Yes, of course.
So now you mentioned that. So I think both of us have a healthcare background. You started in more, modern medicine as a nurse, and then went to alternative and to shiatsu. And I was always in the alternative sector with energy work and nutrition and so forth. So we had a lot of connection this way.
Yes.
Now, you saw the products working and you started with that. What was it that made it hard for you to understand the business? What was happening that it was difficult for you to understand what needed to occur?
I don't know really, but it's take time to have a turning point, to have really a turning point in my mind. Yes. How big it is, what really the 5 pillars of health, how it's really influence on the people, and how I can work with this. It's take time. I don't know why it was so difficult for me. But
about how long?
How long? 4 years.
4 years. So like by 2004, you started to really kind of understand more how huge it is and what you could really do.
And started really to be really exciting about this. And when I don't exciting, I don't do it. I don't do it. I must be really excited to do something, and after it, I do it.
Yes. So now I know that when Nikan opened Russia, that was a big step for you, right?
Right.
You started to see something. Now you were born and brought up in Russia, yes? in St. Petersburg?
Yes, yes. What is happening in me, with me, uh, I'm understood for me to go to Russia. It was a big step. It was a big step to return to this country and to start again to do something. And I understand it must be really big reason for do it. And I'm think a lot about this. I'm thinking a lot about what really deep reason for this step. Why to do it? For me, it was I'm understood. It's not the rank what I want to achieve. It's not the money what I want to earn, because it's not enough. The reason it must be really deep, maybe to touch to my destiny or to touch to my why I'm really here on this planet.
Yes.
And I'm understood the reason it was to help to the women in Russia. And why women's and why in Russia? Because I came from a broke family. I came from a family without a father. Yes, and I know in Russia a lot of people, a lot of families it's broken. It's, and I wanted to give this chance, this opportunity of the business for Russian women, because I think it's really good opportunity to create more health environment in the house, because the women she really treat care to the children and in the house, and to bring more stability and more financial opportunity in their lives.
Now,
and this what yes, sorry.
Yes, no, it's okay. So just, it's great what you're saying. So I'm wondering, was it more single mothers with children you were thinking of, or couples, families that were still intact, or both?
I think both, but first of all, it was really for single moms.
Okay. So you started to really birth this vision. You started to see how important it was for you to help these women, and so you went. So you got that vision, I think, right before you went to open Russia. Is that correct? Yeah.
Correct.
So you had a big passion when you went.
Yes, I'm needed. I'm needed, because if I don't see it, if I don't see for what I'm doing, I'm really don't push it and don't going through this. Yeah.
Yes. So you were inspired. You were very inspired, and remain inspired. So, I mean, I think this is very important for people to hear about, because it's much bigger than just creating an income for you or just helping some people with products. It's a much bigger vision, and it got you inspired and passionate, and that's what we know really takes this business forward. It drives it, is your passion, being filled with spirit. Yes.
I think, and what I discovered after, not into the process, because in the process I just started the run through it. But after it, I discovered if you have a really big goal, not for you, not for yourself, but goal for many people, goal for really a lot of people. Your goal include inside.
Yes.
Your goal include inside. If you want to bring happiness, if you want to bring health, if you want to bring good things to I will really want, it's not just manipulate, yeah. If you really want to bring to the people what you want, it's included inside, because you one of them.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And I think that's often spoken about, that the why has to be far bigger than just our own, you know, little lives. You know, it inspires everyone, and the vision is so big that people are naturally attracted to the vision.
Yes, it's really exact, because not a lot of people to enjoy to me, maybe just from the first step, just for persons, for women. Two of them didn't work after a few months. And just two of them take it for the big business.
Yes.
And I had 1,000 people in organization just after a few months.
So after a few months of opening Russia, you had 1,000 people. 1,000 people. That's amazing.
1,000 people.
Now,
yes.
now I think at this point, I think you have like maybe 12,000 people or so. How big is your organization?
Now this is around 10,000 people.
10,000 people right now. Wow, it's amazing. It's amazing, Karina. And so now you certainly, tell us the other countries you're in, because I sometimes forget. So you're in Russia and Kazakhstan.
I'm in Russia, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, and I have in England a little bit, in Germany, and in Sweden, and but few distributors.
Israel?
And Israel, of course. Israel, of course.
So that's at least 7 countries. That's at least 7.
Yes.
That we just talked about. So now, and you just, when you opened the Ukraine recently, that was recent, and I think you started, how many people did you have at the first opening? It was like 100 people or something.
In where? In Ukraine?
In the Ukraine, yeah.
In Ukraine? How many people I have in the first? I had in first? Nothing.
Well, no. But I think in the first, when they officially opened, there was already some people that were excited, and
yes, of course, yes, people excited. I worked with not just my people. I worked with the people of my leaders. The 7 leaders, I think so, come from Russia to be in opening of the Ukraine, and we worked together and worked a lot with their people, and in Ukraine it was another reason or another goal of why I'm really decided to start. It's amazing, but it's very important for me. It was very important for me to connect the spiritual people, the people they work with spirit, they work with arts, they work with to connect them to the financial part, because they're not so connect to this part. And the people not appreciate what they do, not appreciate with money. I want to say, not pay for what they do a lot, and this connection, it was very, very, very big. It was very deep, because the people what I found, they was spiritual people, and
it's true. You do attract a lot of really fabulous, artistic, creative, spiritual people, and I think that's why I love doing the 3-way calls with you so much. We have so much fun you know,
Yes.
when we're on three-way calls, and such connection with these fabulous people. I mean, I love those calls. They're some of my favorite calls of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's now it's when I found that my why I'm do it. Yes, what I want from this place, what I want to give to this place, what I want to creative here. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
then I want they start working. It's very
Yes.
important for me.
Yes, and we see, you know, here also in America that a lot of times the greatest people, the ones we love, the healers and the spiritual people are the most broke. They don't
Yes,
have financial freedom or even security, let alone freedom. And so it is
yes,
very thrilling, I think, to be able to help them to have that staying in accordance with their ethics and with their values and with their spiritual beliefs. And
yes,
you and I have had many conversations about that, and I think it's as exciting for me as for you as for me
yes,
to
yes,
do
yes,
that. So
yes, yes.
so
This is
brilliant.
right.
So let me ask you now. You know, challenges. What kind of big have you had any challenges in Niken ever?
Yes, we have a lot of challenges in Niken, of course.
Yes.
The biggest challenge in Niken and yourself. This is yourself. You must go through the difficulties, how to do it, what you want to create, how to bring it to the people, how to be with the people, how to connect with the people. It's a lot. It's a lot of challenges every day, every single day. And if you really go through it, if you really don't fight from this, you you have a really big prize, no prize, really big victory,
Yes.
a really big
Yes.
victory.
Absolutely. So you had challenges of self-doubt maybe, or can I do this, or is anybody
Yes,
ever going to listen to me, or
yes.
are they ever going to do it? These kind of
Yes,
things.
and
Yeah.
people they speak no, they say no. The people they say no and no and no, and after so many no's, you receive the yes, and you found somebody. It's you must so many you must have so strong belief what you do,
Mm-hmm.
and to know inside you must have found somebody. It's you don't go from here until you found the right people.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, we just had a three-way call a couple of days ago with a woman. I know she's not directly sponsored by you, but she just went gold in her second month in Niken, and she's
Yes,
just on fire. Yeah. And that
yes.
was a very exciting call. So when you find someone like that, whether first level or I think she's maybe three, four
i'm
levels.
just I'm just take a plane and then go to the place.
Yeah.
I'm came for her to St.
Yes,
Petersburg
you
because I,
did.
yes, this
and
is what I
and
did.
and and you've been really wonderful about that. You've supported your team a great deal and really gone the distance, and you work hard. And I know when we were on the phone with her, she said, I'm working really hard. And I said, I know. I mean, obviously if you've gone gold in your second month, that's working hard. So
Yes.
but it doesn't, I know sometimes it can be tiring, but it doesn't seem to really tire you that much. You love to do it. You love to go. So
I'm really love to do it. I'm really love to do it because I think if you found in Niken, yes, the reason why why you really live your life, I think this is you don't hurt because you must do it.
And you're filled with energy because the energy comes because you know you're on the right track for your own
Yes,
destiny.
yes.
Yeah.
It took me a lot of time. It took me
Yeah.
4 years to understand. But when I understood it, I'm just start to run.
You did. You started to run. So it really was a major breakthrough. You had a really major breakthrough, a life breakthrough. So I think sometimes people don't, stay with it long enough to actually have that breakthrough where suddenly the penny drops and the lights go on and they go, oh my gosh, this really is what I was put here to do. Of course, you have family, you have a beautiful husband and children, and the family is equally as important to me also. But yet, I know for me there was that surge of like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. This is I can just spread my wings and fly all around the world and help everybody to have a better life. And it was so thrilling to really grasp that significance, the significance making a difference on a global scale. And you are doing it absolutely impeccably. It's absolutely extraordinary to watch you and be part of that growth with you. And so exciting. And I have such a amazement at what you do. It's really, really remarkable. And I hope that many people are going to listen to this and really understand what it is that gives you that power. It's a spiritual power.
It's a spiritual power because you cannot do it without spirit. You can't do it without power from inside. The people ask me in Russia when I was there in November. They asked me, "What help to you? Don't to be how to say not to be tired for a long time." And they said it's just your really inner connection to what you want to do.
That's right.
Just to set goals every time and to see what you want to do, not just in your life.
Yes. 1 second, Karina. I'm going to remind everybody that please do give us a shout on Twitter. We're also monitoring our Google Plus and Facebook chat. So just search for the Royal Alliance and we'll pop up. And you can ask questions of Karina and take this opportunity to ask her because we have her right here and we're very blessed. Just so you remember, Twitter's username is @Royal Alliance and then the number 1. So don't be shy, just jump on in. So, I mean, Karina, so I want to talk about so many things, but, first of all, how do you inspire your team? What is it you do? What do you do with them?
What I do with them? I'm do a lot of ABCs. I'm work with personally and with group. I'm do the mentoring on trainings with group. Yes. I'm fly to them. I'm just not just sit in my home and speak on Skype. I'm really fly to the places. And what I did in the first time, just to show the people what it's meaning to work internationally. Yes, in the first time I'm fly 1 time in 2 months for 2 weeks, something this, for support, for training, for ABCs, and of course after I think after 2 years I'm started to fly less.
So you were going, so within, in that little part, you went twice within 2 months, but generally in a year, how many times would you say you go to Russia, for instance?
It depends. In this year, Ukraine opened,
Yes.
and I was a lot of time in Ukraine, and I spent. My husband calculated. I was 120 days in abroad
Okay.
for work.
Wow, that's a lot. It's like a third of the year, something like that. Wow, yeah, it is. So
But
yeah, you spend a lot of time over there, and I know you have your wonderful husband Ari, who's there to help you with translation if we need, and you're doing beautifully. By the way, you're speaking fabulously in English.
Thank you very much.
Just wonderful, you know, and
Thank you.
and it's amazing. It's better and better all the time. Every year that we do more and more three-way calls, and your English, it just becomes amazing. So
Yes, it's true.
proud
It's
of you.
just through Niken. It's present from Niken because before it I didn't speak at all. You remember?
Yes, I do. It's wonderful. So what growth. It's incredible growth. So you're there, and I know you do product trainings and business trainings both, right?
Yes.
Sometimes you just do a product training where you really go into depth with the products and
Yes.
how they help people. And
Yes, of course, and very important when I'm so when I got diamond, I'm understood how we create really the big volume because I needed a big volume for creating diamond.
yes.
And I don't know how to do it. It's not. We not receive these lessons in the school, you know. And I'm started to work with the people really, really deep in my net, in my group.
Yes.
I'm started to see how to help them to help of their uplines to go to move.
Okay.
And what I found it was I'm called to the people and I ask them how I can help you, how I'm can to do for you something. This month it's very important for me to create a diamond leadership, but how I can help you to create something for what you need.
Yes.
And the people, somebody said me, you know, I'm don't want to achieve nothing this month, and I said, okay, maybe you help me to create something this month. It will be very nice if you help me now. And somebody another said, you know, when I hear your voice, it's make me so good just to hear you. And they said, okay, if I call you twice in a day, it's help you. And they said, yes, it's helped me very much. And they just call for just to be, not for you know, to say something or to push them to do it or something like this. And it's worked very, very well.
Amazing. That's fantastic. You've never told me that before. That's fascinating. And it is true that when somebody's really passionate and in alignment with their destiny and what they really are here to do, it is always uplifting to other people. I think it's just naturally uplifting, and we don't see it in the world a lot. We see a lot of people that are not so happy with what they're doing and compromising a lot, and you know, so this is, I can understand why they would say this to you, that just hearing your voice is uplifting to them. How beautiful that you just gave them a call just to say hi. This is great. This is so great. Gosh, so so let's see, you do product trainings, you do business trainings, you do a lot of Skype calls, a lot of three-way calls, and it works, doesn't it? I mean, three-way calls work. They work very well.
Yes, they work very well. The people see it. My leader said when I don't use it, when I don't call to you to make a three-way call, I immediately see it in my work. In it's I see it
It's
how
a big
it's
difference. A
it's a
big
big
difference.
difference. It's a big
And
difference.
you have fabulous people in your upline that you work with, like Dahlia and
Yeah.
Eric are amazing, right? So you use them a lot, and they've come in to help your team, and
Yes, and Dalia come with me to Ukraine and help me with the people and help me with three-way call and of course you, of course
yeah,
with you.
yeah, of
Yes,
course.
I'm use it a lot. This why I can teach it a lot.
Yes, yes, you do use it a lot. And even though you're a diamond and very successful and making a wonderful income, you still use three-way calls, don't you?
Yes, it's very important. I think three-way call it's amazing tool. It's amazing tool because it put me on the side, and I can to connect people to somebody else. This is a uh, third phase, third yeah,
Yeah.
and it's very important because people listening better sometime for somebody not to connect to them, not really they don't know him, and this is one. And another one, it's very important because I'm listening in ABC, and I can hear somebody I miss when I speak with this person before. It's very, very important. It's a learning tool. It's really to learn how to speak, but it's more important. It's to learn about person who is the person, who is the person.
Yeah.
Because when we speak, we cannot hear. I think it's something physiological.
I can't speak and listen at the same time.
And when you really hear and listening, you can to listen in more deep level. And
Now that's very profound what you're saying. So what I hear you saying is, like, if you do a three-way call with Dahlia or Suzanne, who came to visit, or Yitzhak, Carrie Glickstein, or Galia or Neria, that you are introducing them, and then you can really relax, and then you can
yes,
really listen on a deeper level. And what you're learning is not only from the upline how to speak with the downline, but learning more about the downline person. Is that what you're saying? More about this
yes,
new member of the team, and you're hearing it on a really heart level, because you don't have to speak. So there's no effort needed. There's no
you're
worry
free.
about speaking. You're just relaxed. Yeah, I get
Yes,
what you're saying. I think
yes.
that's really profound. I don't think anyone has ever articulated that the way you just did. I think that's beautiful, and it's very, very important.
Yes,
You know,
I'm started to use it, to use a three-way call from really beginning, from my just first step in a business, and
yes.
I worked a lot on the phone with Dalia Hartman in England. This is why it's so easy for me to do it, because I'm not far from myself, from the telephone Skype, and it was easy for me to connect people to do it by themselves.
Absolutely, and they do. So this is so important. You know, I just sponsored a lovely gentleman here in Boulder, and I'm very excited. He just went executive a few days ago, and so today I asked Dave Johnson, would he do a three-way call with me, with him? So we're going to be doing that. So we all do that the same, and I find it very inspiring. I learn a lot through putting people on the phone with Dave Johnson or Reed Nelson or Dave Rolfe, you know, the further upline. So I think it's great you do that, and so it's not just when you're new or when you're just gone silver, or it's always, right? This is a big
Yes,
part of how we build a team, a strong team together.
it's very important to show the people. It's very easy to do. You don't need to be smart, experience in this business, something like this. You
Yeah.
just connect to other people. It's very easy. And I'm say to my people in my organization, when you speak about international business, and you don't show how it's work, they don't understand. When you put the people and connect to Israel, to America, to Anglia, for many uplands, the people see the big picture. They see this really international. They see the big team.
Yes, yes, absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And it is re-inspiring for everybody. So, and it
Yes.
makes us feel really connected. And that's really what network marketing is, isn't it? Is about us connecting people and people to wonderful technologies, people to
Yes.
the Nikan vision. It's all about connecting. If we were to just use one word, I think it would be that word.
Yes, I think so. Yeah. Um, and I think this is amazing. If you have a good goal or good subject to speak about him, and people connect to this, people to connect to this issue, to this goal, to this subject, and you see how you create the really strong big network. Yes, because the people really to connect to some big idea.
Yes, yes. A big idea that's much bigger than them, like you said earlier. Like it's a much bigger vision, and then we all can be a part of that huge vision, which is really, I think Mr. Masuda's vision of really peace in our world through bringing health to the people, true freedom and true health. And subsequently that brings peace, because peaceful people are healthy people. Healthy people are peaceful people.
Yes, it's very important. It's very important in Israel too.
Very important. Absolutely right.
It's very important.
Right. 1 second now. So we have a question here from Maggie McGee, who just went diamond. She's in Canada, a wonderful woman. We all love her so much. She's asking, how much do you leverage big events like regional expos, leadership conferences, and conventions?
Yes, of course, yes, a lot. In Russia, for example, they have two big events in a year. They create two big events. The people not so much going to another events in different countries because the problem the language. But we want this year. I'm create a big group from Russia, and we want to go to a event in Orlando in this May.
Yes.
And this what we really work of it. And my people in Russia said few times it was very exciting and very we really understood this business when we was in a summit in Israel. We had a big event a few years ago here in Israel, and 40 people from my group in Russia come here to participate
Yes.
here in this event. and yes, I'm really think it's very important, a huge impact from the events, and the people see it now in my group. They see it, they wait for going. Yeah.
They're excited to go. Yeah, yeah. I think it's wonderful. And I know it's a big deal to get a lot of the visas and everything for Russia to here, just like it is when we come to Russia. You know, it's quite a big deal for us also to get all those visas and so forth. But
it's very difficult from Russia to go to America, but we work of this, and I think we want to do it.
And you remember when I came and I brought my daughter Shano with me,
yes,
and we came to Russia and we went to Moscow, and it was so exciting. And we went through Gorky Park, and it was the Victory Day, May the 7th, I think, maybe it is. It was
9th of May.
The 9th of May. Yeah, it was so exciting. And then we took a train and we went to St. Petersburg, and then we met all the people in St. Petersburg. And, you know, Shanoa remembers it absolutely vividly as one of the most exciting trips of her life so far. And for me too, you know, because as a ballet dancer, St. Petersburg was so famous. And of course, Moscow as well with the Bolshoi, but also the Kirov Ballet, you know, St. Petersburg. And of course, as a child growing up, we never thought we would ever be allowed to go to Russia. So it was a very thrilling thing. And
yes, you remember we walked on the street, and we saw the places when the barons lived in the houses.
Yes,
so
we did. The plaques.
Pavlova,
and so many famous artists, and we went to that amazing graveyard where so many very famous people are buried there, and it was just amazing. It was like another world, you know, and so we had such a great time with that. And so now I'm watching our time here, and I do want to spend a little bit of time just asking you about what now, and what are your dreams? And I know we spoke a little bit about one of your dreams the other day.
Yes.
Will you share with us some of your dreams for the future?
My dreams, it's first of all, I want to create a role diamond leadership. It's very, very important for me, and this is goal I see very very good. Really, I see it.
You see it very clearly, yes.
See clearly, yeah.
Yes.
And I'm started to build our dream house. It was a lot of years. I wanted to build a house in Galilee, in the north of Israel, and this is a beautiful place, and very sacred place for many people.
Yes, sacred place. Yes.
Yes, and for me, it's not just house. This is I wanted to build a house with a center for Niken inside, and center for people to communicate to. I don't know, this go to be with it's build step by step with the house together. My dream, and it's of course the place for my people, for my organization come to trainings, to create something together, and I'm started to do it. It's a big deal for me, because it's really huge for me. Yeah,
it's huge. I know you already. I think you got the land already. Yes.
Yes.
You bought the land, and now you're beginning to create the architecture of it. You're working on the architecture.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, because I had a picture of this house in my head a lot of it's vision, yes, like a vision a lot of years ago, and I know what kind of house I want, what kind of what the structure of the house, and I think now I'm found the perfect people to do it with them, and I think it will be perfect, really.
Isn't this beautiful that your
Yes.
Nikan business is creating the freedom financially for you to do this? I mean, it's so thrilling.
Yes.
It really is.
It's really, yes, it's really happening. It's really it's real,
Yeah.
and and uh, and it's real because it's working for a lot of people around me, because they achieve their dreams.
Yes, you have several diamonds already in your team. How many
Yeah,
diamonds do you have in your team?
two diamonds, two
Yeah, and how many
diamonds.
platinums do you have?
Oh,
A lot,
I
huh?
don't remember.
So
No,
many that you
really,
can't remember.
I
It's
don't
good.
know.
It's fine.
How many
It's fine.
platinums? Around 20, something this, but I don't really know.
No, it's
Around
amazing.
for 100 silvers.
Wow. Ah,
Yes,
fabulous. Fabulous. So, I know you've worked really, really hard. I know that. And so, would you tell people, do you think it's worth it? I mean, is it worth it?
it's worth it. It's worth it, of course. I think it's worth it because, sometimes you work, you really love what you work, really like your work, yes?
Yes.
For example, if I'm work like shiatsu therapist, I'm really like it. I'm really like it. I'm did it because I'm like it.
Yes.
Everything what I did in my life, I'm really like it.
Yes.
But it was a limit. It was limit. It was limit on the room when I treat people. Yes, it's just one room, just to one person each time.
Yeah.
It's limit because financial I'm limit. It's limit because if I'm don't work, I don't have money. And now it's unlimited because I'm really I'm working hard, but I have a time to for holidays. I have time for traveling. I have time to be with my family, and I'm love it. I'm love it to do it. Yes.
And
This
your
is
husband, he's very supportive, and your children, they're supportive of you?
yes, my husband very supportive. He didn't believe from the first um,
The
about
beginning?
my success. Yeah, he didn't believe in the first, but of course now and before it, he's very supportive, and he like what I do, of course. And
Yes.
children's they not involved in this business. They not work with me,
Yet?
but now they say it's possible. It's possible.
Yeah. How old are your children?
Noah, she's 29, and Vital, she's 23.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting with children. I think when they're younger, they don't quite see it, but as they get older and they struggle with their own limited jobs, they start to see limitation, what it really is and what it means, and that Nikan is unlimited.
Yes.
And that's why we talk so much about freedom.
Yes.
Because when you have it unlimited, you really start to step into an amazing place of freedom that most people never experience in their life.
Never experience and don't understand. It's so, I don't know why. It's so difficult to explain to people this place because they don't know about him.
Yes.
And if I speak about this, it's like, they don't want to hear. I don't know why.
Well, I think because it can be painful for people to realize what kind of a box they are in. And that for so many people, it's really like a slavery, working for someone else, not making the money that you deserve, and so limited, or even being self-employed and so limited by time and income.
Yes.
And like you say, if you're not working, you don't get paid. So, it is hard. I think it's painful when somebody says, "Wow, you get a," it's like, "Oh, I don't want to think about that."
But you join me, and you can do it.
Of course. And that's the steps of the.
And this is the steps of the cognition. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is. Yeah. It's a lot in the mind and in the heart.
It's a lot
isn't
in
it?
the mind. Yeah, yes, of course.
And
I'm started when I angry about this. They don't understand why they don't understand it, and I'm started to remember how it was for the first time. How much time it's take me to understand.
Yes, exactly. And me too. I mean, I didn't want to understand it at first. I didn't want to work with magnets. I thought it was weird. And I thought network marketing was really strange. And I didn't get it either. So I think most of us, we don't get it initially. But once we get it, once the penny drops, we're like, oh my gosh, this is phenomenal. This is fantastic. It's the best thing I've ever seen in my life. So it does take time. And it's good to have the compassion for those new people, and to just hold their hand and guide them step by step until they have that revelation. And it is almost like a revelation, actually.
Yes, it's true. It's true. Sorry, my computer. Okay. Sorry.
We only have just a few minutes left, 5 minutes left, so I'm watching our time, and it's such a joy to chat with you. It really is such a pleasure.
Thank you.
It really is. So for those people in Nikken, maybe they've been involved for a while, it hasn't really clicked for them yet, or they haven't found the right people yet. What would you say to them? What is your advice and help?
Advice, first of all, to connect to their real goals and why. I think it's very important, and it's very help to go through the difficulties, because if you know why you do it, you found the way how to do it. If you really knows why, yes. I think you see clearly the way, and you see clearly what you need to do to change the situation.
Okay.
I think this is the really one issue. Yes,
I think you're right. It's the big one. And that's why I think humans being more training is so critical over and over again, to really get to the deepest level of why. Not just, oh, I want to make $3,000 a month or $10,000 a month, or, oh, I want to help some people with these great products. It's much deeper than that, isn't it?
I know when I gone to Russia and think about women's and what I want to do, I saw so many people, they come to Russia and they spoke about the levels in a business. They want to be platinum, diamond, they want to earn money like this and like that. They are disappeared. They're not in a business anymore, because it's not real. This is not why they come to this planet to live.
Right. They come because we're here to serve, to help, to serve.
Yes, everybody must find the fire, or the really good reason why to come every morning to call to the people, want to come to every morning to do what they want to do.
Yes.
It must to be clear.
I think it's wonderful. I think you're so exactly right, and it has to be really authentic, and it has to be in alignment with every
Yes.
part of their being, everything they believe in, and that there's a congruency there, you know, beautiful congruency. And then things really happen. And then I think the way is made. The way is, the path is created in front of us when we're here.
Create themselves, yeah.
Yeah. And I think now we're at time. It is already past in the hour, and
Yes.
it has been such a pleasure. Karina, we're all so proud of you. You are doing an extraordinary work in the world, really making a huge difference in the lives of hundreds of thousands of people, ultimately, already thousands now. And thank you for all your heart, your mind, your soul, your spirit. All of Nikan thanks you. Absolutely. You are a treasure. You are an absolute treasure in our world. And we are so grateful.
Thank you very, very much.
You're so welcome. Many blessings to you. Namaste, my friend. Namaste.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.